Sergeant Tyler Vargas Andrews. He's a Marine Corps sniper. Like myself, he left 2 limbs behind in Afghanistan when a bomb went off that killed 13 of our American heroes, our brothers and sisters in arms. Since he lost an arm and a leg in Afghanistan, he has not been contacted by one government entity. Not the Pentagon, not the Marine Corps, not the CIA or the Joint Chiefs of Staff or the FBI or the State Department or anybody else had contacted him to ask him what he saw the moment of the blast, just before it, or in the 10 days that he was on a watchtower. Not one question to him about what he witnesses. Literally, he was literally the front line of that withdrawal. And to ask him, as I had an opportunity, how that made him feel, he spoke about that. Hey everybody, I hope you all had a great week. I'm here to fill you in on what's happening in Congress this week. Got updates on Afghanistan, the president's budget proposal, a bill to protect the First Amendment. So let's get started on everything that we have to talk about. First up, Foreign Affairs Committee held the first hearing on the withdrawal from Afghanistan. We heard powerful testimony from those who were on the ground at the Karzai International Airport in Afghanistan, who worked tirelessly to evacuate Americans, allies, when the State Department failed them. The administration has been unwilling to answer anything related to this, but we are now finally having the opportunity to dig into what actually happened. One witness, a friend, Sergeant Tyler Vargas Andrews. He's a Marine Corps sniper. Like myself, he left 2 limbs behind in Afghanistan when a bomb went off that killed 13 of our American heroes, our brothers and sisters in arms. He testified about that day.
Around 2 a.m. on August 26th, intel guys confirmed the suicide bomber in the vicinity of and nearing Abbey Gate, described as clean-shaven, brown-dressed, black vest, and traveling with an older companion. He was spotted somewhere from noon to 1 p.m. by myself, then Sergeant Charles Schilling, and another. The anomaly in the crowd, who was clean-shaven and fit the description exactly, traveling with an older gentleman. The individual was consistently and nervously looking up at our position through the crowd. I requested engagement authority while my team leader was ready on the M110 semi-automatic sniper system. The response, leadership did not have the engagement authority for us. Do not engage. Pointedly, we asked him for engagement authority and permission. We asked him if we could shoot. Our battalion commander said, and I quote, "I don't know," end quote. Myself and my team leader asked very harshly, "Well, who does? Because this is your responsibility, sir." He again replied he did not know, but would find out. We received no update and never got our answer. Eventually, the individual disappeared. To this day, we believe he was a suicide bomber.
Since that time, since he was injured, since he lost an arm and a leg in Afghanistan, he has not been contacted by one government entity. So since that day, and in the 558 days in a wake-up since that time, have you ever been interviewed by any part of the United States government about what you witnessed on the front line?
Not by a single individual or organization.
Are you aware that at some point, some folks in the Pentagon made this statement that all the people near the blast were concussed or unreliable?
I am aware of that statement, yes.
How does that make you feel that you have not been asked, as somebody that was on the front line of this, that apparently they don't care to hear what you saw and what you witnessed?
Makes me feel like my service is not valued to this country.
The Biden administration is more than okay with sweeping this entire situation under the rug and pretending that it never happened. Those that are in the Democrat Party, they spent an entire day just saying, hey, everything was the fault of Donald Trump and the previous administration.
I also want to say I hope this hearing doesn't descend into just let's pick on the other party's president, because that is a revisionist view of history and serves no purpose and does not bring honor to the table. It wasn't President Biden who decided to meet with the Taliban and to exclude the government we were supporting from those negotiations in Doha. It was President Trump.
Amidst the unavoidable turmoil of ending a war that had spanned 2 decades, the Biden administration carried out an unprecedented evacuation. When the Trump administration negotiated directly with the Taliban, undermining the Afghan government, it affected events on the ground.
That is the blatant disregard that they have for truth, for the responsibility of what is owed to every person that served in Afghanistan, to those that we mourn, that are buried in Arlington National Cemetery and so many other places, to the Gold Star families. That is the truth is the minimum of what is owed to them. The Republican-led House of Representatives, we will demand answers. I demand accountability, because that's what Sergeant Vargas Andrews deserves. I want to switch gears. This week, President Biden released his budget proposal for 2023. The price tag, an astronomical $6.8 trillion. To put that into perspective, President Trump's final budget proposal, which came in the middle of an unprecedented global pandemic, was $4.8 trillion. I wish I could say that I'm surprised, but this is more of what we've come to expect from this tax and spend administration. On top of that incredible number, President Biden is also pushing for major tax increases on individuals and companies. I don't believe in tax increases. It doesn't matter to me that you make a lot of money or a little money. You go out there and you earn the money. It's your money. You need to be left to keep your money. And as a part of the historic Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we lowered the corporate tax rate to make America competitive again. The results spoke for themselves. Dozens of major companies set up manufacturing operations throughout the country and created thousands of jobs. President Biden is trying to go out there and reverse those incentives and up the rate to 28%, which is even higher than China's rate. Once again, President Biden is determined to undo anything that Donald Trump did and did well for the United States of America. What he's doing is going to be bad for the country. It's going to be just as bad as what he's done for energy policy with the United States of America. Now, even with these insane tax hikes, the budget still spends more than the revenue that it takes in. It's not a revenue problem. It's a spending problem. Joe Biden needs to remember that your paycheck belongs to you, not the federal government. That's why I'm going to continue to work with my colleagues to rein in the out-of-control spending, deliver a budget that's fiscally responsible. Now, finally, on the floor of the House of Representatives this week, we voted on a bill called the Protecting Speech from Government Interference Act. Now, as a soldier and as a representative, I've taken the same oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. This bill lives up to that oath. It will prevent federal bureaucrats from abusing their positions to censor legal speech protected by the First Amendment. Specifically, this bill expands the Hatch Act, the law that prohibits federal employees from engaging in political activities in their official capacity, to expressly prohibit those same federal employees from censoring lawful speech. It is clear that there are some in D.C. and around the country, swamp creatures that have been working to silence those who don't agree with them. And that's fundamentally un-American. It's not just nice speech that is protected. It's not just gentle speech that's protected. It's not just polite speech that's protected. It's not just speech that I agree with or that somebody else agrees with that is protected. It is free speech that is protected. I'm glad that the House passed the bill, and I hope that the Senate chooses to take that bill up and get it directly to the President's desk. Now, as always, it is an honor to serve you. I look forward to seeing you all around home. I wish you all the best. You all take care. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.